any chance whatsoever of surviving.
This is our coverage of the Ghana Premier League, and we are in week 20 as Hatsabok line up against Inter Allies. For Inter Allies, they will be hoping to repeat that splendid performance against Karela the last time when they won by 2-0 in their newly adopted home ground. Ajiman Bedu, a former Asante Kotoko man, knows how to play against Hatsabok, and Paul Abanga this evening is being deployed onto the right side of defense in the absence of Richard Aqua. Bedu has brought some stability into the back line of Inter Allies. They weren't that bad defensively, but it's added some steel to that back line. Inter Allies in their all-white jerseys. Hatsabok clearly that defeat will be ringing a bell in their minds. That belter from this man, Richmond Lamte, is still fresh in the minds of the Phobians, and he put up a man of the match performance the other day when they beat Karela in Deu. Felix Abuaje has a responsibility of ensuring that this team keeps their status in the Premier League. Hatsabok, 2 changes to the team that played against Ashgold in Obuasi last week. Daniel Barnier Free replaces Isaac Mensah, and then there's a place for Emmanuel Nete in the absence of Benjamin Afutu. It's a 3-man attack, Edu, Razak, and then the Phobians. Samuel Boedu will be hoping to bounce back after his faultless run was halted in Obuasi last weekend. 2 changes to the team that beat Karela last week in Deu. There's a place for Alex Asso, who comes in to replace Kingsley Fidelis. Former Elmina Sharks coach Felix Abuaje clearly have a lot to do to help this team keep their Premier League status.
Yeah, it's a big fixture for these two sides, like we said earlier. And when you look at the tactical setup that we see of these two teams, it's very much in that Hatsabok side, familiar faces and familiar side. The 4-3-3 system, you're expecting that Sally Funete and Manafud Marshall, that midfield 3, the front 3, Patrick Razak providing width, Bani as well provided width for them, and it is Edu who's going to be spearheading that front 3. But for that way side, it's more or less a 4-4-2 system. Alex Astro and Nafiu Suleimana will be the wingers, with Gokala, Hoto and Lamte providing the midfield cover. Richard Arthur and Samuel Ama will be the 2 center forwards, and these two will need to get their goal scoring boots on. It's what has been the problem for them this season. Ajiman Bedu comes to the back line with experience.
Ajiman Bedu partnering Hashmin Musa in central defense for Inter Allies. Would have to keep an eye on Victor Edu, Barnier and Razak, who clearly will be leading the lines for the Phobians in this evening's game. So some regular players for this Inter Allies team have found themselves on the bench. Desmond Abuga is one of them. Richard Aqua, Hamza Nasiru, who came in after his stints abroad, also drops to the bench for Hatsabok. There's no Radio Vuka, but they do have enough quality on their bench in Obin Jr., Isaac Mensah, and then Caleb Amankwa, as well as Larry Somaila.
Yeah, when you take a look at the two substitutes bench of these two sides, you have a feeling that it's Hatsabok who have got real game changers on their side, that they can call on some very, very quality players on their bench to come in and affect the game. You know, when you talk about the likes of Isaac Mensah on the bench, who's got quality in abundance, he can come up and show this season that he can score goals as well. Mitchell Sapon can come and change something in that midfield. Yeah, Ovuka is not available today, but they've got enough quality, like you said. So Inter Allies have got it all to do against Hartlepool today.
Inter Allies have all to do against the Phobians. They know too well that their survival chances would depend on matches like this. Ibrahim Abdullahi has signaled the two teams into action, and Nete, poor challenge. I'm sure the referee will visit that incident, but here Hasselbo comes for Fatal's cross. It's a goal! The Phobians are up by 1-0. Daniel Barnier Frié has put Hasselbo ahead after 25 minutes, but that cross from Fatal was good enough for Barnier to tap in that goal from close range.
Yeah, great decision by the referee to begin with. I've seen referees stop play for some of these before, but he allows the play to go on because he knows Hasselbo have got an advantage. And boy, did they take that advantage. Did they make it count? Fatal, for the one time that he gets into that space, puts in a very good ball, and Barnier is the quickest to arrive, but it seems it's an own goal in the end. It seems it's the skipper who comes across him and gets the touch. There is, it's an own goal. It's a skipper.
The final touch
Abanga
was on Abanga.
Yeah, because he was really looking at Barnier maybe to make the contact, and once Barnier couldn't make the contact, he just couldn't sort out his feet quick in time to, you know, readjust himself and clear it. But it's great referee decision to begin with, and Hartlepool have made it count. They've taken full advantage of the advantage given to them.
Daniel will take credit for that goal. Sunday night football to wrap up with 20. William Denchi cleverly defending from the first onslaught from Allies, and Victor Edu did well to pick up Fatal, who sent in this cross deep inside. Barnier made an attempt, but the ball bounced off Abanga and he entered for Hasselbo's opener.
Yeah, he did. Referee played a very massive advantage for Hartlepool, and they took full advantage. The only time we saw Fatal in the space in which he got here, there you see Nete foul on him. Referee plays advantage for Hearts. Then Victoria set up Fatal. Didn't need a touch, just put in a cross, a teasing one. Barnier got a touch, but the more important touch came off Abanga to his displeasure, but to the joy of Hartlepool to find the back of the net.
Abanga's pain, Hasselbo's joy, and they were looking for a second. And here, Victor Edu went for a belter, nearly troubled Rashid, made amends. Now, Fatal kept pushing. First half ended with the Phobians cruising on that goal. Back from recess, Allies looked more solid, but Hartlepool kept the early incursion with Fad Ibrahim drifting onto the left. He sent a deep cross, but Richard Arthur's header went wide.
Yeah, too high for his liking. He just couldn't rise above it well to get enough power he would have loved to have.
And Rashid nearly gifted Hartlepool a second, but Barnier couldn't take advantage.
Lots of concentration there. Didn't need to hesitate like he did here. Almost caught out by Barnier, but he did well to also regather it.
Hearts kept pushing for the second, and Nete trying his luck from a distance. Rashid had to ensure it doesn't end at the back of the net. He had a tip on it.
Yeah, good save from the goalkeeper.
And again, Ben Mensah nearly fumbled from that Lamte free kick, but Hartlepool good to go. 3 precious points in the bag. 54% of possession with 5 shots on goal, and full-time score in Accra. Hearts 1, Inter Allies 0.
Coach, a very difficult win with us. How do you say that was for you?
Yeah, very grateful for this winning and very impressed because Inter Allies now they have changed their team and they are playing well. So it's very good for me to win this one.
Now, knowing that they won in the first leg or the first round game, were you under pressure to come as a revenge into this game?
Yeah, I wasn't around, but then I've heard a lot about them, and I decided to pay back to them. So that's what happened today.
Well, another win again in the bag. What does that mean for you guys going forward?
Yeah, we play match after match, so we throw this match out. Our next match, we are prepared towards that match. We are planning ahead of the Carillas match.
All right, all the best.
Thank you.
Coach, a very difficult and disappointing one there. What do you make of it?
Yeah, very, very disappointed. I think we deserve some points from here since we play some wonderful football. We came into the game after we conceded a very cheap goal. We came into the game and we should have tried and equalize, but unfortunately we flought our strikers didn't have the opportunity to score. Very, very disappointed considering the position that we are. We needed these points very, very bad, but unfortunately we couldn't get it. But all hopes are not lost yet. We still have some 15, 16 games to play, and we'll make sure that at least when we go back home, we are going to win our match.
Now, talking about your position on the table, what sort of bedding or pressure does it put on you and the players?
Yeah, we have a lot of pressure simply because this is not Interlice that we know. We didn't start the league very, very well, and it landed us to where the position that we are. But we are trying to make amends and make sure that at least we push and make sure that we get some points and we build up under the log. We are a very good side. We are not disappointed yet, but hopefully we can have some gains in our next match.
You know, dropping points like this is going to affect that progress of moving out of the relegation zone. Do you think it's something you guys can do?
Yeah, we can do it with determination and a little bit of encouragement. I think the boys can lift up their game and make sure that we win. This is an away game. It's not lost yet. We should have got a point from here. Judging from the game that we played today, we came into the game very, very strong. But unfortunately, we couldn't get that points. But hopefully, when we go back home, at least it's a must-win game for us.
All right, all the best.
Okay, thank you.
Well, another man of the match performance again. You seem to be having a very good time anytime you play against Hearts of Oak. What's the secret?
Well, it's just by working hard, and then we play according to the tactics of the coach. So I think that's the secret. Yeah.
So you don't have any secret, any antidote for Hearts of Oak in specific?
No.
Anyways, another disappointing defeat for you guys. What does that mean to you and the team going forward?
Well, like I said, although we worked hard and then unfortunately we lost, we just have to concentrate on our next game. Yeah, that's what I have to say.
How confident are you guys of moving out of the relegation zone?
Well, for now, we just have to work hard. All we need is to work hard. Yeah, that's what I have to say.
Congratulations,
all right,
and all the best.
Thank you. All right.
Premier League is back again. I say this is our own. Let's cherish our own. Division 1 league.